What's up, mga ka-IT? Second sem is over. Yes, it's over. But third semester, third term is or was already started last week. Okay? Wala tayong magawa. Okay? Just go with the flow. Alright? So, today's topic, okay? You're enrolled in this course, Information Management. Alright? And then this is good for 6 weeks again. Okay, 6 weeks. So our class schedule, don't forget our class schedule, that is starting 8 a.m. until 12, I guess 12:30, right? Every Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so that is our schedule. So this course does not require any laboratory activities. Okay, but I may give you, okay, activities related to IT. For example, related to, or you may do some activities using your computer, or if you don't have computer, you may use it or you design it using a pen and paper. We will go back to the basic. Okay? All right. So, as I said during your third term, if you still remember, third term before, during your multimedia, okay? Kasi sa mga naka-under sa akin before, okay? Regarding the rules, I will discuss this in your GC, okay, later on. Regarding our rules in this course, okay, that, okay, I will not give, okay, any activities, okay, that or which requires you to use your computer. Okay? If you don't have computer, that's okay. Okay? Pwede niyo pa ding ipasa itong subject na ito, yung course na ito, yung subject mo na ito. Okay? Kahit wala kang computer, don't worry. You may use pen and paper. Okay? But if you have your own computer, well, that's good. Okay? Mas advantage pa nga yan para magawa mo ng maayos yung mga activities. Okay? So, I'll be giving you activities, series of activities. We don't know if kung ilan, how many activities we'll be giving in this third term, but then you need to submit these activities in order for you not to have or to earn IP grade. Okay? Just for example, I'll be giving you 5 activities ngayong SEM, third term. And then, you miss 1 activity. Okay. So, magkakaroon ka ng IP. Okay, again, so in order for you not to have IP grade, please submit all the activities, requirements. Okay. Chance ito, kasi hindi nga ako nagre-require ng computer. Okay? So, pwedeng gawin mo sa papel, pen, paper, and picturean mo using your cell phone, mobile phone, and then proceed lang sa may signal, and then send your output to my email. Again, outputs must be sent to my email address, not on my messenger. Why? Okay? Kasi, hindi lang ikaw ang estudyante na naka-enroll sa akin. Okay? May mga ibang estudyante asking queries on Messenger. And then, natabunan na yung sinend mo. Now, hindi ko na-record. IP ka. Kasalanan mo yan. So again, the instruction is, always send your requirements, your activities, using my email. Okay? So I'll be providing my email on RGC or every activities. I'll be providing the email or my email for you to send your activities. And then some activities, okay, requires you to join our Edmodo class. Okay? In there, I will posting some, let's say, quizzes. Okay? Ipopost ko dun sa Edmodo, dun nyo isa-submit. Pero kapag kailangan ng meron akong bigay na activity and kailangan nyo mag-drawing, ganyan, okay, doon na sa email is send ang activity. Alright? Hopefully, nagkaintindihan tayo. And then, para walang magka-IP. Ayoko mayroong magka-IP sa inyo. Kaya please, go with the flow. Just do your activities Kahit late yan, just submit your activities. Okay. Tatanggapin ko pa rin yan. Pero kapag nag-deadline ako, let's say, nag-deadline ako ng, mag-submit na ako ng grading sheet, dahil ayoko din ma-late sa pag-submit ng grading sheet, okay? So, you need to beat the deadline. Okay? Kailangan mong i-meet yung deadline din na yon para hindi magka-IP. Okay. So, that is the house rule for this course, Information Management. So, we will proceed with the introduction or chapter 1 of this course. Okay? So, just read the course description, kung ano yung mga dapat natin pag-aralan, and then the outcomes. After tackling or discussing, after getting this course, okay, ano yung magiging output? So these are the outputs, course outcomes. So we'll start with chapter 1, Introduction to Information Management. Alright, so we are dealing with information. We are dealing with data. We are dealing with database. Okay, so what is a database? This is connected, or this subject or this course is connected to your subject database management system. Okay? Database management system. And so with your system analysis and design subject. So mas maganda yan para magkatugma-tugma yung kung ano yung napag-aralan niyo doon, dito at sa kabilang klase niyo. Okay. So what is a database? So we will define first a database. It is a collection, okay? A collection of data on computer. A collection of data on computer. So data are being collected and then stored in a computer. So that is database. Database. Data, kumbaga, storage of data. So that is database. A systematically arranged collection of data, structured so that it can be automatically retrieved or manipulated. So that is database. Okay? They are organized in a computer or in your database, okay, so that they are easily managed, they are easily retrieved when you need this data. Okay, so that is database. They are stored, they are organized in your computer so that when you need this data, they are easily retrieved. Okay? Another is a shared collection of logically related data. A shared collection. So, when I say shared collection, a person, let's say you are 3 in that office. Okay. Now, pwedeng ma-access, pwede niya ma-access, pwede niya ma-access. So that is shared collection of related data. When you say related data kasi, of course, when you have your database, those data in that database are related. Alam naman, halimbawa, alam naman mag-store ka ng about students, merong about books doon. So database na yon. Kung hindi naman yan, library management system. Okay? So, lahat related yung nandun na data. So that is database. So we are dealing with data, information, database, then management. How to manage this data. So we will define data. We will define, or we will be defining data. We will be defining information. And then at the same time, we will differentiate data and information. Are they the same? Are they similar? Or similar but tignan natin mamaya kung ano tong data and ano ang information. Okay? So first, we will define data. In an organization, data is the most basic resource. And that is true. Sa isang organization, okay? Data is the most basic resource. Useful or important resource. Alright, you have 1,000. Ano yung 1,000? Manpower. May mga tauhan ka, may empleyado. 1,000 yan marami yan. Okay? You have high-end computers. Okay. You have the money. Now, okay, wala mo na yung money. 1,000 manpower or empleyado, and then high-end or yung mga specs sa mga computer matataas or powerful computers. Now, you don't have the data. So, anong gagawin niya ang mga empleyado? Anong gagawin nila? Okay? So, importante itong data. In a bank, for example, sa bangko, okay? How important data is? Kung wala yung data, halimbawa, walang naka-store na mga pangalan na mga nagmamay-ari ng pera, nag-save, nag-deposit, nag-withdraw, wala yung mga data na yon. So, anong gagawin ng mga empleyado sa bangko? Anong ginagawa ng bangko? Kung walang data. Okay? So, importante itong data na to. Sa isang company, data is important. Just for example, here in school. Okay? Here in school. Kung wala kang mga subjects, wala kang mga grades, paano naging school yan? Paano ka graduate pagkapag wala kang mga grades, wala kang mga subjects? So, importante ang data sa isang organization. Alright? To run the organization efficiently, the proper organization and management of data is essential. Okay? Hindi lang lugaw ang essential. Kailangan na din na organize ang data and then well-manage ang data sa isang company. The formal definition of the major terms used in databases and database system is defined in this section. So we will define data and information. First, definition of data. Data, yes, it is a plural of the word datum. Yes. Plural na tong data ha. Kasi walang word na datas. Oh, marami, datas. No. Data is actually a plural form. So kapag iisa lang yung pag-iisa lang, datum. Okay? Datum, data. Okay? So again, class, walang datas. Datum, data. Or datum, data. Okay? In our daily life, okay, we use the word data to describe facts about any person, event, place, or thing. Okay? These are facts about any person, event, place, or things. Data are raw facts. When you say raw, okay, unprocessed. When you say raw materials, those materials are not yet processed or unprocessed. Ipaprocess pa lang. Okay? Para maging ganito, magiging output. Alright? So, data are raw facts, which may be numbers, values, names, dates, and others. When we combine related data, they describe any real-world entity. Okay, just for example, I have here a pen. Wala akong pen. Wala akong hawak. I have here a pen. Okay. Amount of ink, color, height, weight, cover. Okay, halimbawa yun lang yung data na nasa akin. Okay? So those data may describe an entity. So that is a pen. Okay? Related, when we combine this data, i-describe nila yung pen. Ayan. That is according to, okay, Ball and Mittal in 2017. Another definition of data is defined as known facts. Okay, facts, F-A-C-T-S, that could be recorded and stored on computer media. Okay, these are facts that can be stored in computer media. It is also defined as raw facts from which the required information is produced. So that is data. Okay, again, these are raw facts, not yet processed. Okay, so that is data. Another definition of data, a collection of figures and facts. A collection of figures and facts. So parang definition 1, 2, 3 are almost the same. And it's raw, unprocessed, okay, unorganized, okay. Hindi pa organized yung data. just a collection lang. Raw facts, nandun lang sa isang, kumbaga, sa isang tambakan, storehouse, tinambak mo lang doon yung related data. Okay? So those data are not organized and processed. These data are raw. Okay? Individuals and organizations cannot do much with unprocessed data because it is so random. Yung mga data na yan, hindi mo kailangan nila kaso hindi or kulang. Okay, kailangan pa nila ng taga-process ng data para maging yun yung mamaya yung pag-aralan natin. Okay? Once data is given structure, organized in a cohesive way, and can be interpreted or communicated, it becomes information, according to Stephen A. Okay? Now, when you process this information or this data, you process this data, you interpret this data, okay? Now, it will become information. Okay, example of data, we have here, name, sino? 25, what's this? Is it age or height or, ano yan? Cagayan? Yes, we all know this is address, but then, ano to? Okay, 26, ano ito? Ifugao? Yes, it's address yan. Pero, ano yung mga yan? Kanino mga yan? Okay, so those are data. These are data. Okay, now, when we process this raw data, it will become information. So, what is now information? Information is nothing but refined data. Yes, it is nothing but refined data. When you say refined, processed, combined, those data are combined and processed, it will become information. In other way, we can say information is processed, organized, or summarized data. Okay? According to Birch, information is data that have been put into a meaningful and useful content and communicated to a recipient who uses it to make decisions. Information consists of data, images, text, documents, and voice, but always in a meaningful content. So we can say that information is something more than mere data. Yes. As we discussed earlier, data, these are raw facts. Okay? These are unprocessed. Okay? Now, information is more than mere data. More than data. Okay? It means this data, these raw facts, this unprocessed data are being processed, are being organized, are being summarized. Now, it will become information. So that is more than data. Information is just data that has been neatly filed away. It must be ordered in a way that gives meaning and content. This is what allows people to use data for reasoning, calculation, and other processes. Okay? So this data are being processed, organized, summarized. Now, this information now, pwede na itong gamitin ng mga tao. Kung sino man ang gagamit ng mga to for reasoning, calculation, and other processes. So, pwede na akong makapag-decide basing from the collected data na process naging information. I therefore conclude that ito yung mangyayari. Okay? You have now the information. Okay. Once you have now the information, you have the knowledge. Okay? So, from data, okay, it will become information. Since you are informed, you have now the knowledge. Anong gagawin mo sa knowledge? Anong gagawin mo na sa data? Dun sa na-process na information, na-process na data at naging information, okay, now, you have now that knowledge. Anong gagawin mo? Doon ka na magde-decide kung anong gagawin mo. Okay? With that said, data importance lies in the fact that is a building block. Without it, information cannot be created. So, again, without data, information cannot be generated or created. Gusto mo mag-print ng list of students enrolled in this course, but then you don't have those lists or those data. Walang name, walang birth date, walang address, walang contact number. Who are they? Okay? So we need this data to come up with information. Data are processed to create information. The recipient receives the information and then decides and takes an action which may trigger other actions. Now we have here, we defined data and information earlier. Yan. Okay? Now, we will now then differentiate. Okay. Information, data that have been processed in such a way, okay, as to increase the knowledge of the person who uses the data. And data, these are stored representations of meaningful objects and events. We have two types of data, unstructured and structured. So, structured data these are numbers, text, dates, and unstructured data, these are images, video, documents. Yes, they are considered as data, but they are unstructured data. Okay, now again ito data, if we process this data, it will become information. Table number 1 shows the difference or an example, okay, of data, and then we will process the data and it will become information. Data, okay, census data. What are this? Maybe the name of the kung ano yung mga tao dun sa barangay, their gender or sex, male, female. Okay, so yun lang, nalista lang. Now, when we process this data, okay, sort records based on area and count, total number of persons gender-wise and age group-wise, okay, when now we process this data, okay, it will become information. Now, sinort natin, okay, yung nakalap, yung nakuha na data sa isang barangay, kung ilan ang lalaki, ilang babae, now, maaaring malalaman natin, okay, area-wise, male and female ratio for different age groups. So, mas marami ang babae sa ganitong taon, sa ganitong age, okay? Sa ganitong age naman, mas marami ang lalaki, okay? So, that is information, na-process na. In a board exam, okay, count, subject-wise, number of students who passed or failed in an exam. That is the process or description, or process description. In here, the data, number of students who took the exam, okay, their answers, and then the correct answers, okay. So hindi pa natin alam kung ilan yung score niya, kung ilan yung bagsak at ilan yung pumasa dito. Now, kapag pre-process na natin, okay, we have here, we can now say that these are the number, or these are the students who passed or failed the exam. The number of students who passed the exam is, okay, nandun na, na-process na, naging information na, basing from the collected data. Climate change, climate change or climate data, okay, every day we are, let's say we are storing, every day we are storing the temperature, the maximum temperature and minimum temperature during the year. So we are collecting this temperature every day. Now, so that is the process. Anong gagawin? Maximum temperature and minimum temperature during the year. Okay, now, when this data are being processed, we now then conclude that the hottest and coldest day of the year is, let's say for example, today. So ngayon yung coldest day, kumbaga, or hottest day, basing from the collected data. Okay? So, yun yung example natin sa table number 1. Again, from the collected data, we process this data and it will become information. So, pwede na tayong mag-decide, okay, dito sa araw na ito, ganito, or month na ito, mainit. So, dapat magdala tayo or mag-prepare tayo ng mga ganito. Kasi nga, mainit. Okay? So, pwede na tayong mag-decide. Sa taon na ito or sa buwan na ito, malamig. So, dapat by next year, dapat ganito yan. Mag-prepare tayo ng mga ganito. Kasi nga, meron na tayong knowledge from that information. Okay? Figure 1, data processing cycle. How data are being processed, it will become information, then parang paulit-ulit na ganyan. So, paano yung cycle niya? Okay, paano yung cycle ng data? So, we have here, data input. Of course, you need to input the data from the to the computer. From the outside world, you input the data. Now, you process the data, and then, anong mangyayari? Ano yung maging output kapag you process the data? It will become information. So we have here output information. And then you will now decide. You will now decide. So gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, another example is, halimbawa, in Ifugao, there are only 5 farmers. Okay. Ngayon, sa isang buwan, si Farmer A nagtanim ng 1 hektaryang kamatis. Okay? Farmer B planted 3 hectares of tomatoes. Farmer 3, 4, and 5 planted 4 hectares each tomatoes sa taong ito pa rin. Now, okay, with the data, input natin sa system, sa computer. With the data being processed, we have now the information. Okay, in Ifugao, okay, in this year, okay, the most or the product is tomatoes. So we will now decide. So maybe we will conduct. So the agriculture will conduct seminars to farmers so that maybe they will plant other crops para maiwasan natin yung oversupply. Kasi nga, halos lahat sila nagtanim ng kamatis o tomatoes. Para maiwasan ang oversupply, okay, doon na tayo mag-decide basing from that data. Naging information, and then magde-decide na tayo. Okay, so sabihan natin yung isang farmer para hindi naman kamatis. Ito naman, i-train natin yung isang farmer para ito naman ang itanim niya para masolusyonan yung oversupply. Okay? Okay? In these days, there is no lack of data. Yes. Nandyan na yung data. Hindi kulang ang data. Ikaw na lang ang kulang. But there is lack of quality information. Yes, there are much data, but then the quality of information lacking. The quality information means, okay, information that is accurate, timely, and relevant, which are the 3 major key attributes of information. Okay, quality information. We are dealing with quality information. De kalidad na impormasyon. Hindi ito fake news. Parang ganon. Now, what are the 3 key attributes of quality information? So, accurate, timely, relevant. Accuracy. Okay, accuracy. It means that the information is free from errors. Yes. How do you say that it is accurate? This is correct. Free from errors. Walang error. Tama. That is accurate. And it clearly and accurately reflects the meaning of data on which it is based. It also means it is free from bias and conveys an accurate picture to the recipient. Kasi maaaring kapag wala kang database, you just input, and then maaaring yung magiging result niyan, kapag wala kang program, maaaring manual processing of data at magiging information, maaaring hindi accurate. Maaaring mali yung lumabas na output. Okay? Maaaring pinalitan yung output. So, bias. Okay? So, we need the accuracy of data or information. Another is timeless. Okay, timeless means that the recipients receive information when they need it and within the required time frame. Okay, you need your grade. Ito, you want to apply for a scholarship. Scholarship yan ha. Now, the requirements are your grade, your registration form or certificate of enrollment and others. For example, now you went to the registrar office. Now you are requesting for your grades last semester. Now, nung print nila yan, okay, hindi mo grade ang lumabas. So it's not accurate. Kung print nila at lumabas yung mga grades mo last semester nga, okay, that is accurate. Masasabi natin tama. O kaya ay print nila, okay, you are requesting your grades, okay, from the previous semester, and then nagprint sila included na pati first sem at last semester. It's not accurate. Para maging accurate, yes, dapat kung ano yung kailangan mo, yun lang ang ibibigay ng program para maging accurate. And then timeless, you went to the registrar and then you are requesting for your grades, and then it took 10 days for them to produce or to provide your grade. It's not timeless. Mahaba eh. Kailangan mo ngayon, tapos, okay, if they have the database, they just search your name, print, nandun na. Okay. Yun ang kailangan natin ngayon. Dapat kasi organize ang data kasi ano yung possible reason why it took 10 days for them to release your grades? Maybe your records are scattered, hindi nila mahanapan, naghanap pa sila sa mga cabinets kung nasaan, and then they manually type or input, then they manually computed your grade, your average, and then print, then dinibigay. Siguro umabot ng 10 days. Okay? But then, if you need the data and then that's it, there is the data or there is the yun yung kailangan mo na report, binigay, that's timeless. Okay? Another is relevancy. It means the usefulness of piece of information for, okay, relevance. Ito. It means that the usefulness of the piece of information for the corresponding persons, it is a very subjective matter. Some information that is relevant for one person might not be relevant for another, and vice versa. For example, if you are a person who are looking for a computer and then they provide you the price of a printer, that's irrelevant. Gusto mo maghanap, magkano po ang computer ngayon? Laptop, gusto mo bumili ng laptop, yung high-end na laptop, and then they provided you the price of a printer. No, that's irrelevant. How embarrassing. Okay? Irrelevant yan. Okay? So, dapat relevancy. Relevant yung data na ibibigay, yung output niya. Okay? So, pag kailangan mo ng computer, ng specs ng computer, and then they provided you the specs of the computer, that is relevant. Okay. So, organization that have good information system which produce information that is accurate, timely, and relevant will survive. Yes. Yung mga information or company that will produce information or accurate information, timely information, and relevant information, they will survive, and those that do not realize the importance of information will soon be out of business. Malalaos na sila. Halimbawa na lang sa Lazada, sa Shopee. Yan. Kung ikaw yung seller na wala kang pakialam sa mga data na pumapasok sa store mo, okay? Malalaos ka. Walang bibili sa'yo. So, dapat tawag doon, chine-check mo din yung data and then ini-interpret mo din yung data. How? Actually, meron na yan. Meron ng stats ngayon, yung mga bank applications. Pumasok yung data, doon mo makikita, okay, ito pala yung mga kailangan ng use, yung mga mostly binibili nila. Makikita mo doon, okay, ito pala yung binibili nila mostly. Ganitong buwan, ito yung uso. So, dapat next year, ganito yung ibenta ko next month, next year, sa ganitong buwan. By December, ganito pala ang binibili nila. Okay? So, dapat, by December, ganito na rin ang benta mo. Okay? So, dapat, ganon. Okay? Basing from data, gathered, na-process yan, at magiging information, meron ka ng information, meron ka ng idea, meron ka ng knowledge, kung magde-decide ka na kung anong gagawin mo. Okay? Now, we need to understand also the traditional file-based system. We need to understand the traditional file-based system. In the beginning of computer-based data processing, there were no databases. Yes, noong unang panahon pa ng, basta panahon nila, wala pang database. Yes, we have computers. Computer, as long as, the first computer is, ano yung pinakaunang computer? Abacus. Yun yung bits ba yun? 1, 2, 3, that's computer. Okay. Now, there were no databases. So computers that was considerably less powerful than today's personal computer. Mas powerful ang computer natin ngayon kaysa noon. Basically, a file-based system in which we manually or through computer-handled database such as updating, insertion, deletion, and adding new files to the records. Basically noon, ang ginagawa nila, in-store nila sa computer nila, kumbaga, let's say, yes, they have their computer but no database. Limbawa, linalagay nila sa Microsoft Word, tinatype nila, o kaya linalagay nila sa papel, sinusulat nila, and then they manually update, kung merong mga update, they manually add new record, tinatype, ganun lang. They don't have databases. So that is the traditional file-based system. Now, do we still use this traditional file-based system? Yes. We still use this traditional file-based system. Why? What is the reason why we still use this traditional file-based system? It is because file processing systems are still widely used today or especially for backing up database system. Alam naman natin, when you say database, may tendency mawawala ang data, hindi naman biglang mawawala. Halimbawa, nanakaw ang laptop mo. Yun. So, at least meron kang backup. Okay? Nasunog ang laptop mo, huwag yung building, kasi kasali din yung backup mo. Nasunog ang building, ang laptop mo. O nag-bug down yung laptop kung nasaan yung database, at least you have that backup. Understanding the problems and limitations inherent in file processing systems can help us avoid these same problems when designing database system. Okay? We still use this file or traditional file-based system para alam mo kung ano ba yung mga kulang. Dapat kapag gumawa ako ng database, dapat hindi ganito. Kasi ito yung problem dito. Dapat kapag gumawa ako, ma-avoid yung problem na yon. Okay? So yun, magiging basis mo para sa paggawa ng database. Kung gagawa ka ng program, okay. Doon sa traditional, ganito yung naging problem. So ngayon, gagawa ka ng system, iwasan ko yung ganun na mangyari. I-code ko siya para maging ganito. Hindi mangyayari yung problem na yon. Okay? To avoid these problems or same problems. So those are the reason why we still use the traditional file-based system. Okay. we will discuss challenges in information management, the problems in managing information, the problems or challenges in managing information. Okay. First is data redundancy. Data is redundant. Data redundancy means same information is duplicated in several files. This makes data redundancy. Okay. Kapag gumawa kayo ng database, dapat tignan natin, at least man lang nasa third normal form. We will discuss that later on sa ibang subchapter yan. Normalization. Okay? Dapat yung data na nandun sa database mo ay hindi yan duplicated. Okay? So, dapat hindi redundant ang data. Kasi kapag meron kang database, okay, redundant ang data, paulit-ulit yung data na nandun, okay, ano mangyayari? Mapupuno yung database mo. Ang laptop mo may storage din yan, napupuno din yan. Ikaw nga napupuno. Computer pa kaya. Okay? So, iwasan natin. So, ito yung isang problem. Data redundancy. Okay? Again, same data are being stored in the database. Okay? Data redundancy yan. Data inconsistency. Inconsistent yung data. Data inconsistency means different copies of the same data are not matching. That means different versions of the same basic data are existing. This occurs as the result of update operations that are not updating the same data stored in different places. That's for example, address of information of a customer is recorded differently in different files. Halimbawa, sa registrar, halimbawa wala tayong database muna sa registrar o sa school. Okay, ito yung mangyayari. Sa registrar, meron silang record. Nandun yung information mo. Nandun yung address mo. Sa accounting, pagpunta mo doon, i-record na naman nila yung info mo. Nandun yung address mo. Now, pumunta ka sa registrar, nag-update ka ng address. Pinilihan mo yung address mo. Sa accounting, hindi ka pumunta doon. So, data inconsistency. Not matching yung data. Matching. Hindi matchingan na tiyunggo. The data are not matching. Okay? Or do not match. Okay? Or maaring married ka, pero single ka sa kabila. Oh. Data do not match pa rin yan. Maaring 24 ka na sa kabila naman, or dito naman ay 28 ka na, o ilang taon yan hindi na-update dun sa kabila. So, data inconsistency. Okay? Another problem encountered in managing the data is we have here difficulty in accessing the data. It is not easy. Difficulty in accessing the data. It is not easy to retrieve information using a conventional file processing system. Yes, it's not easy kapag manual yung gamit natin. Okay, halimbawa, sa registrar, let's for example manual. Pumunta ka doon. May I request to have a copy of my TOR or transcript of record? Okay, hold on. Yan ka muna. Hintay ka muna. At kakalkalin namin sa cabinet. And then isusulat pa namin, type pa namin sa computer. And then, saka namin iti-print. Mahirap. Okay? Convenient and efficient information retrieval is almost impossible using conventional file processing system. Hindi madali ang pag-retrieve ng data using the file or traditional. Wherein ngayon, you go to the registrar and then they just type your ID, school ID number, and then here we go. Nandun na yung grade mo, print, release. Tapos na. Okay? So, yun yung isang problem sa pag-manage ng data. Now, another is data isolation. Data isolation. Data are scattered in various files, and the files may be in different formats. Writing new application program to retrieve data is difficult. Yung isa ay nasulat sa papel. Yung isa ay naka-type sa computer. So, anong gagawin mo ngayon? Kapag pumunta si student A, kailangan niya ng grade niya. So, kailangan mong i-encode yung nasa papel. Okay? Data isolation. Iba-iba yung format. Okay? Another problem is atomicity problem. It is difficult to ensure atomicity in file processing system than sa traditional. Okay? For example, ito. Meron kang bank account. Ganito. Bank account. Okay? Nag-transfer ka, okay, from your account. Okay? Nag-transfer ka ng 1,000 dun sa friend mo. Now, na-less or na-minus sa'yo. Pero, hindi na-credit sa kabila. Nakalimutan nilang i-credit. Kasi manual, kumbaga, manual yan. Nakalimutan nilang idagdag sa kabila kung kanino pinadala yung 1,000. Atomicity problem. Nag-less sa'yo, hindi nagdagdag sa kabila. So, that is the problem. Okay? O kaya ay, ginawa mo yon, nag-process ka, fund transfer, and then nagbawas sa'yo, and then nag-bug down, hindi na pumasok sa kabila. Atomicity problem. Okay, dapat automatic yan. Kung nagbawas dito, nagdagdag naman sa kabila. So that would be the best output. Or kung yan yung mangyayari dapat. Kaso, minsan ganito yung nangyayari. Nag-bug down, hindi na credit. So yan yung isang problem. Atomicity problem. Another is concurrent access anomalies. Concurrent, the same, multiple. If multiple users are updating the same data simultaneously, sabay-sabay, it will result in inconsistent data state. In file processing system, it is very difficult to handle this using program code. This results in concurrent access anomalies. Ano daw? Halimbawa, okay. Sa isang bangko, bangko, your balance is 5,000. Now, 2 users are accessing your account. Kasi nga, halimbawa, kailangan nila sa ganitong window 1, kailangan nila sa window 2 yung data, yung record mo. Yung record mo dun sa bank. Now, nakita ni window 1 na 5,000 ang balance mo. So ngayon, magde-deposit ka sa window 1. Ngayon, at the same time, chinek naman ni window 2. So your balance is 1,000. Okay, it's 1,000. Okay, ngayon, nag-deposit ka sa window 1 ng 1,000. That should be plus 1,000, so that should be 6,000 dapat yan. Kaya lang, nung nakita ni window 2, sinulat niya sa file or din sa report, your balance is 5,000. Okay? Concurrent access anomalies. May mga problem na may encounter kapag ganyan. So hindi na nagma-match yung data kasi nga late na nag-update and then iba yung nakita sa kabila and then yun ang sinulat na sinabi niya 5,000, taasan ang 1,000. Ka-add mo lang kanina. Yan kapag multiple are accessing the program or the database or your data or the data. Okay? So that is concurrent access anomalies. May anomalya. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi nilang anomalya ang nangyayari. So hindi natin alam kung anong nangyayari sa mga pera. Okay? Anomalies. The last problem or challenge is the security problems. Enforcing security constraints in the processing system is very difficult as the application programs are added to the system in an ad hoc manner. Kaya meron tayong mga hacker, hinahack nila, so that is security problems. Kung nandyan lang, traditional, nandyan lang sa cabinet yung file mo, pwedeng naipis, kinain ng ipis, nawala yung data, wala na. Security problems. Okay? Nandyan lang sa computer, nag-login si student, or nag-login siya, eto, user 1, and then dinelete niya yung account, dinelete niya yung data, nawala na. There is no security. Also, another problem is that is the security. The security of the data. Now, with these 7 challenges we discussed, itong mga 7 na to, na diniscuss natin na challenges or problems, anong gagawin natin para may iwasan yung mga problems na to? Okay? Anong gagawin natin? The solution is the database approach. That is used to manage the data. The database approach. Okay? Yun yung solution natin. To minimize, to avoid those problems na diniscuss natin in managing the information, the solution is create a database or the database approach. So we will discuss the solution or the database approach in the next discussion, in our next video. So for the meantime, yun muna yung i-discuss natin. And then I'll be giving activities basing from our lecture. Okay, so see you again on the next or on our next discussion. Para ituloy natin yung solution. Okay, so for the meantime, yun muna. Paalam!